Norbes got 80 pages of rhymes in this motherfucker. Hey, y'all, what's going on? Battle Rap Fiend on the Shake In. So, I'm scrolling through my Facebook and shit, and one of my groups, and I see that Norbes went on ahead and bring up Twerk in his lawsuit here, um, about that the whole incident, the whole fight incident right here. So what I'm trying to figure out is what was the purpose of that nigga even bringing that shit up to begin with? Like I thought this was just between you smacking the URL and shit. And so like what was the point of him even bringing that up? Like, but then I started thinking like, is that due to the fact that it caused the fallout? Because what I was reading is that the caffeine bag started in February and they severed ties with Norbs in like June or July or some shit like that. And obviously it was shortly after that twerk debacle. So, was that, is he putting that on there, as, kind of like as a background, as, one of the reasons why he got kicked off the squad or some shit like that? Or is he just like being just petty just to put himself in there, put him in there just cause? Let me know in the comments below because that doesn't really make any sense to me for real. I just thought that was between you and URL and Smack and shit. I don't think I think he could like go ahead and go after Twerk on like a separate situation. But just let me know in the comments below right there. That shit's just that's kind of like weird and out the blue. Like, is that snitching? And is he being a rat right there, 6ix9ing, or like is that valid for him to bring that shit up and put it in the lawsuit? Let me know in the comments below. Also, I was on my Instagram scrolling. I see something on Hollow here on how he was talking about how they're how the he said I guess the battlers are on kind of like on a being slaves and shit, but the are the slave owner is black, aka Smack. So that's kind of heavy right there. But when I was reading, he was saying the caffeine bag that they got was like 113 mil right there, and obviously Norbs is asking for 40 mil, but and I guess he referenced referenced goods. Goods and Cassidy. He's like, if Goods would have known how much Cassidy got for the battle when Cassidy wasn't an active individual within the culture, but he went on ahead and just came back, Mr. 5,000 and when nothing has really been broadcasted or televised, or we couldn't really go on YouTube and take a look at. We as fans, we knew he put in work on the corners and shit, but we haven't been able to actually see any of his active battles. Whereas, with Goods, we can go and check that nigga's resume and see exactly how how he's been getting it in and shit. And so, are the battlers right to go ahead and be upset and ask for a bigger bag, or is also what Hollow was saying is having their own show better for them as well, because even though they having a show and having thousands and millions of eyes on you on the caffeine app right there, is that sufficient enough, or is it better to have more money to go ahead and battle right there? I kind of like I can't really put nobody can really put a price on how much someone thinks that they're worth right here. But off my personal my personal opinion here, I would say people who have been putting in the groundwork and bringing battles from years ago on some YouTube shit, like Hollow, DNA, fucking Shine, Reed, niggas like Surf, niggas like that. They should be getting that type of bag right there. Because they've been shown that they're pretty consistent, like John shit like that. Well, I mean, Surf is consistent, but I mean, Jersey. So I mean, is it better to get some bread, right? Get some more money, or is it better to have a show? Because somebody like Mike P or Easy the Block Captain, who is Mike P's not really new, but Easy the Block Captain, I could say is more so of a new face. Him getting a show would benefit him, more than I would say like, like a Hollow or a Tay Rock. Tay Rock's he's been around for a minute. He deserves the bag right there. To whereas, Easy the Block Captain, I would, say, it's better, to have an actual show so more eyes are on him, and, he could actually, start getting a bigger bag, when it comes time for that. Or is it better for them to, get paid as well as having, the show? Like, what do y'all think right there? Let me know in the comments below, because, it's weird, man, because, you know, I would I would say, kind of like, pay the battlers based off their tiers and how much work they put in, and how consistent they are. I think consistency is a huge key in battle rap right here, because a lot of niggas aren't consistent. They show up, they get that bag, and they just give a half-ass performance right there. We as fans don't want to see that, so it's like, with the money, should they should they get a portion of it and then get the rest of it when they complete all 3 rounds, or should they just get all that upfront money, and there be like a penalty if they don't complete all 3 rounds? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know in the comments below, because that's, I was getting, obviously as a fan, and I'm pretty sure y'all are getting tired of seeing niggas getting this bread and then choking at the end of the day. That's not a good look. None of us want to see that shit. Especially on a live situation, they out there looking crazy. But it is what it is right there. Another thing here, I think I saw something online as well, stating that the battlers didn't have like any 401k or any health benefits or anything like that, and that's something that would definitely need to change with this caffeine bag and shit, because we saw what happened to John, Av, and Twerk. Them niggas ended up in the hospital. Twerk got in a car accident, and fucking Av and John came down with that Rona, and none of them had any health insurance to go ahead and assist them with the fees and shit like that. So that's something that I would think would need to change in this particular climate right now, especially with the the caffeine bag that they got going on. So it's like, do they need, like, that's just something that's got to change, because I know personally, kind of going, piggybacking off of what Hollow was saying, and as far as the tiers are concerned, when you go to work and you get a promotion, you would want to get paid what you're worth right there, more money and shit like that. And so it's like, once a person jumps up in tier, I would assume they would be getting paid more money, and not giving these industry niggas more money when they haven't been proven or put in any work at all. And this is another thing, I'm kind of like jumping off the topic right now, but as far as like any of these industry niggas coming in, I would personally, I'd want to see them go up against like a PG type nigga, or go get somebody who's like an up and comer, like a young gunner, and not like a top tier nigga, and get fucking smoked. Like, I think any industry nigga that comes in to even try to battle, they need to get their feet wet. Like, you can't throw them up against a monster like a fucking a Tay Rock or a Nitty or something like that. Them niggas get their boots smoked, man. Like, they put in some fucking work first. If you want to come in and and get some bread off the culture, get your feet wet. Go ahead and start getting a little bit of put some work in before you start getting some big names. I know that's off topic and shit, but that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, man, like let me know what y'all think, man, because that's kind of crazy to even hear find out more and more shit coming out that these battlers haven't been paid their just due and shit like that. Especially these top tier niggas, and hearing Hollow doesn't really want to go on battle right now because he's not being compensated for what he's worth and shit. So yeah, man, let me know in the comments below what y'all think about this shit, man, because this whole Norbes lawsuit shit is crazy, and 2020 seems to be the year of exposure right now, of exposing niggas. So it's nuts, and it's like, what if this does, if say Norbes does get this whole 40 mil, and he's also, I think I saw something that he's also trying to get compensated for the life of the company. That's a minute, man. So it's like, what does that actually do for the URL? Like, does the URL cease to exist? And then we have to watch other, and we go have to watch other leagues. Does caffeine back out and like strip what they're doing with URL? Like, what happens with that shit? This shit is absolutely crazy. It's extremely drama filled. You hate to see it, you hate to hear it, and hate to read about it. But I mean, if this is gonna, if this whole lawsuit with Norbes is gonna bring some good change for the battlers and the culture, I'm for it. But you never like to, see a lawsuit, something like this so major happening, in the culture right now. That's it's something that none of us really want to see, but we're all pretty much checking for it and trying to see what the fuck is going on with it. But yeah, man, like I said, let me know in the comments below here, on what y'all think about this whole situation, and just let me know what the deal is. But I'll holler at y'all. Battle Rap Fiend on the checkout. Peace.